I guess it might seem, I don't know. I feel like whatever courses you take, like whether it's AP or honors, it should really align to what your interests are and how you see yourself. Like it might just happen, it might take no AP courses, but take AP art history because I really like art. Like they can see that, they can see my extended efforts. So I guess the choice between AP courses and honors courses is also like your own personal statement. These are what I think. Anyway.
Okay. All right. Any other panelists have any things about AP classes? Okay, next question. Who has the next question?
I have a question.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I heard John answer this question because I think your question is very important for the parents and students. I want to hear another one answer the same question because I think I just want different students. What do they think?
Because the schools especially will push the AP classes because the school actually gets money for every AP class that these students take. So the more AP classes they get, the more money the schools get. So they push that, but is that the best for the student? Sometimes yes. And for some of these, yes, an AP class is absolutely important. For some, it may not be. But I would like to hear some other opinions on that.
Yeah. So which one is better? Like you prefer if you take the AP class, you only can get the B, or you can take the honor class, take the A, you maybe get the A score. Which is the situation you should take the AP or honor?
Personally, I take AP classes because I'm genuinely interested in the class, not necessarily because I want to boost my GPA or anything. So I'll give an example. Like from junior year going into senior year, I have the choice of AP Lit and AP World History, and I could have taken both, but I chose not to take AP World because I was not interested in World History, and I guess I took AP Lit because I was interested in my class. But like what John said, it kind of depends on my learning value.
For myself, my school doesn't offer that many AP classes actually in the school. And what I think your grade in the class and how it kind of looks to an admissions officer sometimes depends on how you took the class and how difficult the class is. Because if it's something like honors chemistry versus AP chemistry, I mean, I think the material is very different. And the admissions officer would definitely take that into account. I mean, for myself personally, because I was really interested in science and I wanted to get a more in-depth knowledge of it, I didn't let myself kind of settle for an honors class. My school was really gracious to let me take classes on through gaps. So if you want to push yourself, there's definitely that option.
And also just another factor to consider when you're trying to pick between AP and honors is how well you think you can do on the test at the end of the day, the AP test. Just because that test and that test alone is going to determine whether or not you get credit for that class in college. So the grade you get in the class, unless you fail, doesn't really matter that much to the people who give credit. It's really just what you get on the AP test. But just for me personally, I think the type of people you meet in AP classes and the type of teachers you have tend to be a little different than those in honors classes. So just for me, taking a ton of AP classes my junior year, I was surrounded by just type A people like myself, which is great for me because it's a little bit of a more competitive atmosphere, which is good if you're one of those people who can push yourself when you're surrounded by people like you. So that was helpful for me.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be really fast. I was going to say what Wendy just said, socially, I think, especially Chinese people, we focus so much on college admissions, we kind of miss out on, the experience or, the stuff you personally gain from it. You just want to look good to a admissions person. So I understand that, but also, pushing yourself to take an AP class, it's I guess, the top level of students, and like if you surround yourself with them continuously, I think it's good for you. And also, honestly, just like push yourself more and do learn more. And it's like, it's better for you in the long run, especially if you're interested in the subject. So you have a better background in it.
I have a follow-up question. And I'm curious about your perspective because you and Wendy, you're already in college. So for the classes you took in high school that were considered college level, so when you are taking classes in college, you have to go to the next step, right? Do you feel that, well, if it happened to you, do you feel the AP class in high school prepared you adequately?
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna speak for tech. If you're gonna go to tech, definitely take your AP credits and like use them. Because some people are like, oh, like I'll get it easy in Calc 1. No, Calc 1 will destroy you because they don't teach it properly in college, honestly. I learned more in high school math than college math. Sorry, Georgia Tech. But like, that's just how it is. The professors don't really care that much. They don't hold your hand as much. And like you have to do all the homework and stuff on your own initiative, and it's like they don't even check it, so you don't want to do it. So it kind of depends on your own discipline. But I think taking the AP courses, taking the tests, and getting the credit and using them is the best option, I think, in general and for tech. Because you also graduate faster, you waste less money. Because like I ran out of Zell Miller hours like my senior year, but if I had to retake some of my AP classes, like I would have run out a long time ago.
Jonathan, do you have a question?
Yeah. So in college or in high school, if I take college, I mean, if you take some extra classes or like language classes that you already know, like Chinese, do you get extra points for it?
When you say extra, there's not really okay, so most people in this room are at least functionally fluent in Chinese. If you take Intro to Mandarin, like 101 in college, I mean, it's not going to be particularly satisfying for you because they're probably going to spend the first 2 weeks just going over the basic sounds. You're going to be bored. You're not going to be challenging yourself. Personally, for me, I think that's a waste of your time and your money. But if you're looking to, raise your GPA because it's in the tank, I mean, yeah, sure, by all means, do that.
Would it help to take, though, to Jonathan's question, would it help to take an AP class in high school?
Oh,
Would that help your GPA do they have that? I mean, I'm just asking.
Yeah, you
You did that and it helped
Yeah,
raise the GPA?
yeah.
Okay, I'm just asking.
It looks a competitive edge. If ranking and GPA is what you're into.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I know for college, taking languages, I did it for the GPA boost, and I think it was really fun, honestly. I took 2 Chinese classes, and literally, like, all the... So tech, if you are a native speaker, they won't let you take 1001. They put you to 1002. It's like I went to Chinese school, like, whatever. So, like, before the test, I just, like, glance over at the stuff on the bus and then do okay. Presentations, I just, like, wing it. Like, it was fun. I mean, I met people there, too, so... Yeah, but I would say you can like get free A's in Chinese if you're in state, if you like have the hours for Zell Miller for it or Hope, because you're burning you might run out by the time you're a senior.
You can have, Hope gives you 120 hours, is it? And then after that,
127.
120 something. Anyway, 127, if you go over that, it's out.
And like I'm already at like 134 right now, and I still have a year to go, so like it runs out faster than you think. But the good news is the credits you get through AP don't count towards that. So like you can take as many AP courses as you want without being afraid that it's going to count against your full hours.
All right, thanks. Next question. Who has the next question? Question 8. I think Michael is really good at keeping me up to date. Who has question 8?
Oh, I have a question.
Oh, okay, go ahead and ask yours. Well,
Is there anything you regret you didn't do in high school?
Working harder.
Okay. Good for them.
Okay. All right. Question, Linda.
What extracurricular activities are good?
Linda, Mike.
Personally, I'd be wary of joining marching band because it's so much time just saying. I mean, I also think, it's kind of too late to pick instruments, but like stereotypically, I think being in orchestra and that group, they're more high achieving than band. I mean, band does have some really smart people and stuff.
I'm in band.
I mean, no, I love band. Like,
She was in band.
yeah, I played trombone for I did tech band too. Don't do that. Yeah, but like marching band takes a lot of time, and the people you're around. I mean, it's like it's exposing to more people. I guess more different types of people, but they're not exactly the most studious people. Yeah, I know it's fun, but I would be careful.
Okay, any other suggestions for extracurricular activities?
Again, like John said, the people who are going to be looking at your college applications, they want you to, have passions. They want to know that you're interested in something. So, find an extracurricular that you're genuinely interested in and stick with it. Don't just scattershot, take a whole bunch of different clubs and join them, your last year of high school just to have them on your application, because they're going to see right through that and you're not going to have fun either.
Get leadership positions. So
Yeah,
stay in a
leadership
club
position.
and get leadership.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, Jessie.
What about sports? Like, do you recommend doing a sport in high school?
Yes, sports. Yes, you should. You should do a sport. I mean, I kind of regret not doing a sport during high school. Honestly, I think it's like a great experience.
Plus sports scholarships for college, really. Like if you're really good.
I've got to apply to that. Learn golf. When my daughter was like going for her tennis scholarship, they're like, do you know anybody who can even keep score in golf? Not even that they're good. And we have scholarships. We have colleges lined up for them. We're like, really? You picked the wrong sport. So, yeah, but don't think you're going to get a scholarship that's going to outweigh the cost of all the lessons or all the hours you have to spend doing that. That's just a kind of balance. Okay, anybody else?
Oh, I just wanted to say something about extracurricular activities with me. Yes. Okay. So for myself, one of the extracurricular activities that I talked a lot about in my college interviews, I only started doing in my junior year, so it's only about 2 years work into it, really. But I don't think, while definitely commitment is very important, it's also just good to have a reason why you're interested in it. Again, it's like a passion thing.
Yeah, to follow up on that, it's not like you shouldn't be asking yourself, what extracurriculars should I be doing to get to college? It's more like, what things do I love doing that I can spend hours, I can stay up at night to do this. And when college admissions comes around, I'll just write about it. So I feel like that should be your approach towards extracurriculars. And for the sports, I ran cross-country, mostly cross-country, and it was probably one of my most rewarding experiences in high school. The thing about cross-country was that it took up so much time, and you might feel like I shouldn't do a sport because I'm concentrating in my academics or my music. But I found that to be kind of the reverse. I found that I was more productive during my cross-country seasons. Like when you have to run 2 hours after school every day, you sort of arrange your schedules so that everything works out. And I really appreciate the fact that cross-country also allowed me to have a time away from music, a time away from the academics. It was a time where I could just spend, I guess, relieving myself and talking to friends. So, yeah, a sport I feel like would be a very nice experience, and probably not. It does take a lot of time, but if you like it and you enjoy it, it's definitely worth it.
We're mostly Chinese here, and we like to focus a lot on the academics, and that naturally flows into our extracurriculars. And a lot of people I know who do really well in school doing things like math team, science club, and things. But I also want to point out the importance of joining extracurriculars that focus on community service, because at graduation for Walton, if you have 180 hours of community service, you get this cord, right? Yeah, and also you want to give your
we talk about identity and apply to college, and you want to make it so that your identity is dimensional, it's layered, it has many aspects, and I think adding in community service is very important, and it really defines you, that it shows that you have, I guess, you have heart and you like to help other people. Humanitarian is very important. Also, as you approach your upperclassmen years of junior and senior years, you will be, if you do well academically, or if you're just generally a good person, you'll be invited to join honor societies. These are also very prestigious, and especially National Honor Society, which you will be invited in your junior year to participate in your senior year. And they do a lot of these. What they mainly do is they do tutoring. They tutor underclassmen. I've helped tutor some freshmen in biology and environmental science this year, and I found through this experience it was very rewarding, because I was taking the AP biology at the same time I was tutoring honors biology, so it helped me reinforce what I was learning, and it made me feel good about helping other people. So, yeah.
Okay, what's the next question?
Question 9.
9? Who has a question? Oh, you have another? Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
just
I'm sorry.
something really quick. Some of my extracurriculars I joined not with any sort of motive. I didn't even know if I liked them. I just wanted to try them. Sophomore year, I joined drama club for no reason other than I just wanted to do it. So don't be afraid to just take some time and just explore your own interests. So.
Very good. Thank you. The next question?
9.
Who is it? 10?
Yeah.
Who has 10?
What are the
What's 9?
We just did 9.
Oh, we just did 9.
Okay, 10.
What are the best things for me to do to look good on my college application?
That might have just been answered. Was that just answered? Yeah, okay.
Oh,
11.
one thing I'd like to say
Oh, okay, go ahead.
is the essays. Don't underestimate.
Don't mess around with those.
Yeah, don't say something completely outrageous, but it's good to take a little bit of a risk. To say something that you think only you could maybe say. Because that's beyond your academics and your extracurriculars. I mean, other people are going to do academics and extracurriculars too. But here's where you can really show.
What do y'all mean essays? I'm not sure that everybody here knows what an essay is. I mean, I know what you're talking about, but maybe everybody here does not know what you're talking about, an essay. Essay for what, anyway? This is the question.
Okay, so you're most likely going to use the common application when you're doing your college apps. And on there's one main essay that you send out to every single college. It's really, the prompts for that are always very vague, because they kind of want you to say, yeah, what you think needs to be said. And then for various colleges, they're going to have college-specific supplements. Probably going to ask you, why do you want to go to this college in particular? Something about your activities or something like that. And I know for schools I saw a pattern Harvard, Yale, Princeton, and Stanford, but they had really open-ended supplement questions. Literally Yale's was just say something. Yeah. So on those college essays, it's really important then to kind of show your personality and show your values. Say something that you think kind of sets you apart.
Next question. I'm hurrying because we have 5 more minutes and we got to be out of here.
Okay.
What is the way that you have found in your busy schedule to stay connected to your faith?
The question, I'm sorry, I didn't get you the mic. Anyway, it was how do you, in your busy schedules, stay connected to your faith?
Okay, I'm going to answer for college, because high school, I don't.
You're still with your parents. You're still here, so.
Yeah, I mean, I went to this every Friday, does that count? But I think I don't know where everyone is faith-wise, but high school does help a lot. In your teenage years, you can develop your faith a lot and set a really good foundation. But also a lot of people I know, they kind of learn the most in college because they're by themselves and they have all this time. They can pick what they want to do. They're not forced to come here or something. So I would strongly recommend in college, even though it's really far away for you guys, to join a Christian fellowship or something. Personally, I don't think it's the best thing to do. It's not for everyone, but most of my friends are from my church, basically. I mean, it's like a huge church, so, and like that helped, I think that was like the defining thing of my college career, during Church of Atlanta, Viva Tech, Memory. But yeah, like the people there, I had never met like socially functioning, like strong Christians until like I went to college and I saw them, but like I guess it's good to see other people as an example, to see people older than you that can like mentor you. And also because like churches are like, they want to help you. It's not like a club where you have to like establish leadership for yourself or something. Like I don't know. I think it's a good support group, and like when you have issues or whatever. But also, I mean, for me, because my faith wasn't very developed, I spent college like very into church and like developing my faith. But like, it's also good to do stuff outside of the church and not just like shield yourself from the outside world, because like we're called to be a light in the darkness, you know. So I guess common pitfall in college is to only invest in a church and have Christian friends. But at the same time, like, I mean, you do need to get your faith like strong and developed, but also like go out, join other clubs, meet other people, non-Christians, be uncomfortable, etc. Yeah, but okay, so for the question, I wasn't that busy, but like, because most of the people I know were so God-centered, like, it was constantly like, it's not like, oh yeah, church is Sunday, it's like, church is everywhere, because, I don't know, that's how it is for the people I'm around. Yeah, that was good.
And when you go off to college, there are Christian organizations, Christian groups, there are Christian-based, I know at Georgia Tech, for example, there's a fraternity, for those of you who don't know, is a guys Greek group, and then the sorority is a girls Greek group, and most of them are not Christian-based, but at Georgia Tech, I know, for example, there is a guys Christian Band of Brothers. No, that's University of Tennessee is the Band of Brothers. But anyway, there's a Greek Christian group for guys and for girls. And they sometimes have joint group things too. But there's lots of different Christian groups and Bible studies you can get involved in on the campuses.
Yeah, I think there's the fraternity and sorority. I actually don't know that much. I know they're there. And I know a person in the fraternity, he's like really great. But I think I had the most exposure to like fellowships, and mostly Asian fellowships, because actually I was pretty diverse in high school, and then college, like I don't know, like Asians congregate, and then I congregated with them, and I was like, my friends are all Asian, but like a lot of them are Korean, and they're a little more charismatic than we are, but they are a lot of Koreans, because they grew up like culturally they're Christian. They're very strong in their faith, and like I think it's a very good environment. You just have to like balance the, what is it called?
Academics and spirit.
Or the like being in the spirit, and what is it? Charismaticness. Yeah. You have to make that judgment yourself. Yeah. But yeah, I would check out the fellowships and like learn more about them.
Okay.
And another thing, I think, just for the times where you're on your own, not necessarily with a group, is I always just remember that I made, before I went to college, I made a commitment to God and to my faith and to myself. And so, as you would honor any other commitment, every day I sort of just carve out a time for me to just reflect on my relationship with God and on the Bible. And I realized that I'm not just at college to learn about, biology and physics and stuff. I'm also there to learn more about, my faith and myself. So.
Okay, that actually leads into the last thing here, that I think one of the things we're going to ask each of you guys to have a Bible verse, but I don't know if you guys are all prepared for your Bible verse. John's kind of looking at like, so okay, well anyway, what you guys were talking about leads into something. There's 4 different ways of knowing Jesus. I told you earlier there were 3 different types of people in school. Well, there's 4 different ways of knowing Jesus. The first one is those who ignore, dislike, and talk bad about God and Jesus. If you guys remember God is Not Dead, the professor, perfect example there. Then the second type is those who know Jesus, but only know of him, but they have no relationship. And that's one of the things, you can know about Jesus, but not have a relationship intellectually and also from a feeling basis. Intellectually, I can sit there and tell you guys, hey, I know George Washington. I can reach into my wallet, pull out a picture of a $1 bill with George Washington on it, and tell you maybe a whole bunch of facts about that he had wooden teeth and everything else. But I have no relationship with George Washington. The other thing is, on a feeling side, I could come back to you guys and say, hey, LeBron James, he's my man. I even have this cutout of LeBron. I take selfies with him. I go out to the gym and I even start practicing some of his moves on the court and stuff like this, just like Jonathan here. But the point coming back to, if LeBron James was anywhere around and I came up to him, he'd go, who are you? Okay, so that's, there are those that will say, hey, I know who Jesus is, but they have no relationship. Then, if you look at the third type of person knowing Jesus, they're the ones that accept Jesus as Lord and Savior. They feel they got, the fire insurance. In other words, they say, hey, I accepted Jesus. I know now my name's written in the Lamb's Book of Life. But they're still living a life for themselves, doing it all themselves, or primarily in their own efforts. Problem is, many times they do not experience the joy that the Bible talks about. And again, the acronym for there is Jesus, others, and then you. But they are many times referred to as secular Christians. Not that anyone at this table here would know what a secular Christian is, but it's kind of like the guys that we talked about before, where just because, let's say I'm wearing a Golden State jersey or a New York Nets jersey or an LA Lakers jersey, that doesn't mean I'm on the team. That just shows you that, hey, I got the jersey, but once again, just not there. And outwardly, very little difference between them and a non-Christian behavior. Those are the guys you're going to see that might be going to church, and then next thing you know, they're at a fraternity party or something, or even in high school. Let's just be real. They're doing drugs or they're doing alcohol underage, things along these lines. And it's just, again, it's just a situation that they're in. The fourth one is the fourth type of person who knows Jesus. They're the ones who have actually accepted Jesus as the Lord and Savior. They're walking in faith and obedience. And what does that mean? Does anybody know? Anybody? That means they're reading God's Word, they're praying, and they're fellowshipping with other Christians. They have the Holy Spirit, real life. Once again, we've talked about that. And but the whole thing is, guys, this is where in college, in high school, you can get grounded. In college, that's where you really will start seeing some people that are real Christians. And I just want to encourage you guys now to really start building that foundation for that. I thank each of these guys. There's a couple of them that are heading off to college, so we, again, want to encourage them to continue in their growth.
Or continue college. Continue their college career. So thank you
Oh,
guys
yeah, there's
very
a couple
much.
that are like, I think we have a professional student. No, I won't go there.
She's awesome.
But anyway, round of applause for these guys. All right. If you have a special question or something, you can probably come up there and ask them. They don't bite, as far as I know.
They did awesome. I
Yes.
thank you guys so much. Thank you.
And we love you guys, man. Thank you.
Could everybody, if you had some food and you're, finish up the food or throw away your food if you're finished?
There you go.
Thank you guys.
Oh, I don't know.